So, everyone who is married, most persons who is married, well, I changed that. Everyone who is married wants to be connected to their spouse. They want intimacy to be top notch, but not everyone is prepared to do the work. But today, we will share with you how to increase intimacy in your marriage in three simple ways. So, stay tuned and let's get that intimacy where it needs to be in your marriage.
Welcome back to How to Increase Intimacy in Your Marriage. We are Vito and Linda Patrick, and we want to welcome you to Unique Couples Sunday Night Live, right here exclusively on Facebook and the Unique Couples YouTube channel and on X, formerly known as Twitter. You want to go ahead and like, you want to go ahead and share, you want to tell a friend, let them know we are live. For those of you that are watching, go ahead and type in hashtag live squad. For those of you that are watching the replay, go ahead and type in hashtag replay. If you haven't subscribed to the Unique Couples YouTube channel, you want to go ahead and subscribe to the Unique Couples YouTube channel and make sure you turn on that notification bell and select all so you can know every time we go live here at Unique Couples.
Yes. So we are talking about intimacy. Yes, that word, that thing that involves so much different areas of our lives, not just, when you're married, but even before that. And this is an area where couples really, really find, they find it challenging. And so it's one of those areas that we definitely need to work on and continue improving. Don't let it, don't think that it has to stay or it will stay the same. It will change as you grow, age, time, events, things will definitely impact your relationship. And so you have to continuously work on your relationship as well.
Yeah.
So intimacy is one of those areas, and it's one of those major areas that a lot of couples would separate for. So we want to definitely make sure that this is something that we're working on in our relationship, and we want you to work on it in your relationship as well. So go ahead, let us know how long you've been married, put that in the comments, and let's talk about how to increase intimacy in your marriage, in your relationship, in 3 simple ways. So go ahead and let us know your takeaways, which one stands out for you, which one you have been practicing, and which ones you need to definitely add to your activities and the things that you do as a couple. So number one is
Number one is communicate your expectations. You want to go ahead and communicate your expectations to each other. Make those 10 quality minutes matter. Take time to share your needs, desires, goals, dreams, and listen as your spouse shares as well.
yes, and this is definitely going to be important because you have to be able to express yourself. And if you're unable to do that with your spouse, then intimacy is going to be a challenge. So increasing the likelihood of that happening, increasing the time that you take together to talk about serious matters, to talk about things that really matter to you, and your spouse listens and is in tune to what you're saying, that will increase the intimacy in your relationship. And for this intimacy, we're talking about that emotional connection as mostly, and of course we'll deal with the other elements of intimacy, but generally this one will kind of help deal with all of the others as well. So you have this, when we're talking about emotional intimacy, it'll help with the spiritual intimacy, physical intimacy, sexual intimacy, and all of that. So you want to definitely make sure that you increase the amount of Q time that you and your spouse have together. Communicate, talk about those things that matter to you, and let your spouse know what matters to you. And then you want to find out, ask your spouse what matters to them.
Yes. When you were dating or when you were courting, you found that QT, you found that quality time where Linda won my heart, where I won Linda's heart. And it shouldn't change. When you are married, you still need to find that time where you are communicating to one another the needs, the wants, the desires. That is important. You have to continuously communicate.
Yeah, so someone say quality time is important. Yes, it definitely is. So that was number one. We are talking about how to increase intimacy in your marriage in 3 simple ways. Okay, so number two, I love this one because sometimes we often neglect this one. Okay, so we kind of take it for granted, right?
Yeah. So number two is you want to pray for your spouse. Pray for each other in secret and openly. Pray for and with each other. Pray for the intimacy you want increased in your relationship. Take time to pray for everything, good and bad, that involves you and your partner. So you want to pray.
Yeah.
That's important.
And the with is also important. Not only do you want to pray for your spouse, you also want to pray with. And what is more powerful in increasing how connected and close you are than to be able to actually seek a higher source, a higher power, talking to God about things that are related to you, and it's mentioning your spouse's name in prayer with them hearing, talking to God about your spouse and their needs and what they want and what you want to see for them. That is definitely important. I know that, when you're praying and you would say, yes, and help Linda do this and help Linda and be with Linda with this area and all of these different things. And it really is, it lets me know that, hey, he cares,
Yes.
and he knows what concerns me, and he's bringing that in prayer and talking and saying that on my behalf. And of course, it lends to us kind of being drawn closer together, because I know that he cares about what concerns me, and he's willing to talk openly and share that with God. So that is definitely great. Hi, Claudine. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Thank all of you for joining. Let us know where you are watching from. Put that in the comments as well. Intimacy is a big issue. Like I said, like we said earlier, intimacy is a major problem in most marriages. And couples, when they have this, when they're disconnected, oh, we are not together, or we're not connected, or we live in two different lives. You would hear all of these statements, and it really has to do with this intimacy issue. So working on intimacy is a continual process. And one of the things that we do to help couples make sure that they stay connected, we use, with intimacy, insight, connection, communication, using all of that, we have our 21-day couples challenge, and we invite you to go ahead and join us for the 21-day couples connection challenge, where you will get closer to your spouse with the activities and insight and prompts that is designed for you and your spouse to get connected. So it'll be information sent directly to you in email, where you can go ahead and do the activities and increase the intimacy that you and your spouse feel. So that is something. Go ahead. The link is in the comments. Hashtag intimacy, and be a part of that challenge. Yep. So we are at number 3. We're talking about how to increase intimacy in your marriage in 3 simple ways. And we're ready for number 3.
Yes. Number 3, you want to go ahead and do an activity together. Select an activity to do together. This could be a project around the home, a service project, an activity you have to learn, whether it's dance or piano lesson, cooking class, a game, or anything you can do together. So you want to do an activity together. That is very important. You will spend time together. You will be bonding with one another. You will be reconnecting with one another.
Yeah.
You will be rekindling. So you want to do an activity together. And for some reason, if you cannot do an activity together, well, go to the park, hold hands, walk around the park, catch some fresh air, or go on the beach, or go at the lake. Find something to do with just the two of you. Earlier, we mentioned that quality 10 minutes. Go ahead and just have that 10 minutes, just the two of you, holding hands, doing something together.
Yes, yes. And all of that definitely helps with this connection. So you definitely want to do that, be connected with your spouse in activities. And I like the doing something when there's a completion as well, but just doing something, like you said, just for the doing sake. It doesn't have to be, oh, we have an end goal. But I love having where you feel that sense of accomplishment. Like, say you did this dance lesson or this computer lesson, or you learned a new game or did a cooking class. Like, you can see the process, and then at the end as well, you can also see the results. And of course, it's all about the experience. Okay, so it's the experience of what you are doing and how you're connecting, and the thoughts and the words and things that you say as you interact with each other while you're doing these activities. That is going to help with this intimacy, this connection that you and your spouse feels, because then you will also have that to talk about later as well. You're going to remember, yes, remember when you put the sugar in here, or remember when you did this, or when you step on my toe, or just the experience of all of the things that you did together will help to add this element of you two being connected. So go ahead and do that activity. Select something to do. Sometimes, couples may decide to do join a service club, and that will be something great as well. It's a structured program. You could go ahead and do that activities, work on a community project, or just just volunteering together. All of that helps with. And of course, when you're doing that, it's not necessarily where you're just doing it separately. You want to also do it together, even in that same space. You want to work on doing some of those things together. So go ahead and do those activities and watch you and your spouse draw closer to each other. And if you want to learn more on exactly what you need to do step by step, go ahead. First, join us in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. And of course, go ahead and join us for the challenge, the Unique Couples 21-day Connections Couples Connection Challenge.
Yes.
Go ahead and join us for that, and you'll see the results in less than 21 days as you connect with your spouse in unique and different ways.
Yes. So we had fun sharing with you today on how to increase intimacy in your marriage, and you want to go ahead and do those steps
and share as well. Okay.
Yes, you
share.
want to
Don't
share.
keep it to yourself.
You want to do those steps so you can increase the intimacy in your marriage every day. We are Vito and Linda Patrick. We had fun sharing with you today here on Unique Couples Sunday Night Live. Here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. We love you guys. Have a great evening and have an awesome week.
Bye.
Bye.